So this is Lady Gaga's Chromatica. You know, this album and I really don't have the best track record together. When she was releasing the singles like Stupid Love, Rain on Me, I was really bad at my addiction. And so when I hear those songs, I can't help but think of it. And then last summer, because we had Brat Summer in 2024, and then last summer I was like, you know what, I want to have a fun summer, but I'm gonna have a Chromatica summer. Like I really try to make it a thing. And then it turned into a Brat Summer, and then I ended up relapsing, and it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But that being said, I do love this album. I got this specific record on my first record store day. I've only been to 2 of those. I would love to go to more, but it's just inconvenient most of the time for me. But yeah, my first record store day, I remember my ex and I were driving to it, and there was like insane rain, lightning, like we couldn't even see the road, and we were driving like 30 minutes out to go get this fucking record. And I was like, dude, you need to lock in because we're gonna get this shit. So it's this really pretty, I call it a Mountain Dew color, and it's a 1 disc only. It's not a long album at all, but I mean, it didn't really need to be, you know what I mean? Like I said, I appreciate it for what it is. I recognize that a lot of Little Monsters don't really love this album, but it's hard for me to think of a Gaga album that I don't enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I always take what she gives us and I make the most of it, because she's constantly doing so much work to evolve and, you know, continue to entertain us. And I always try to get myself in the right headspace and try and really follow the aesthetic she's going for, and you know what I mean, really try to understand like what this album is about, what made her want to make this album, because I don't want to be that motherfucker that's like, this doesn't sound like The Fame. My favorites from the album is number 1 is definitely Fun Tonight. I've always loved that song. I love how sad it is, but you know, it took me forever to realize how fucking sad that song was, because it's so like but then once you realize, you're like, Jesus. But Fun Tonight is definitely my favorite. I would say my second is Replay, and then my third would be Stupid Love. I know everyone's like, where's Rain on Me? But like I said, I have a lot of weird memories. Me and this album, we go way back. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Time is very precious, and we are all very blessed, and we should remember that. And if you're interested, I have a YouTube channel. You can check that out. I love you all. Thank you.